They called it the Big Squeak, the sound made by a caravan of 100 or more ox carts as they rolled through St. Cloud. Contemporaries often complained about the echoes of dozens of greaseless axles as the carts made their way across the prairies. One French visitor wrote, "A den of wild beasts cannot compare to its hideousness." These ox carts were heavy, two-wheeled vehicles used by fur companies to bring pelts from Hudson Bay through the Red River Valley, now the western border of Minnesota. There were three main trails. One went south and west from St. Paul, following the Minnesota River. The other trails passed this very spot, following the east side of the Mississippi. One branch, the Plains route, crossed just north of here, first by ferry and then by bridge, and followed the Sauk River to the prairies. Another route, the Woods Trail, continued north to Crow Wing, where it turned west and then headed to the Pembina Valley. During the peak years, as many as 200 carts a year would pass through St. Cloud, carrying tons of goods in both directions. It fueled the local economy as well, because servicing the wagons provided employment for local businessmen, blacksmiths, saddlers, wagon makers, and cattle merchants. There was a great mystery and romance to the trade of the French-Canadian métis. Men, women, and sometimes children rolled through town from what seemed to be another world. Some were struck by their colorful outfits. Ralph Sweeney, a gentleman who had recently moved from Philadelphia to Minnesota, wrote home about their dark, coarse blue coats, glittering with a savage profusion of enormous buttons of polished brass, their long, waving sashes of the brightest red, and jaunty little caps, half Tartar and half French. Even their loose trousers of English corduroy or some dark woolen stuff, if not of elk or bison skin, down to the quaint and dingy moccasins. Others remarked on their strange mix of race and nationality. In 1859, a correspondent from Harper's Magazine described them, saying, "Within the circle of their camp is heard a strange melange of language as diverse as their parentage. You may hear French, Gaelic, English, Cree, and Ojibwe, with all the wild accompaniment of mingled accent, soft and musical, abrupt and guttural, in such strange, startling contrast as brings an additional interest about the mysterious people." By the 1860s, steamboats had replaced the cumbersome and slow wagons between here and St. Paul, and by 1870, as roads improved, the age of the ox cart had ended.